Hey guys, welcome back to a new episode of I blend into my background too much because I decided to wear a dark color. Today we're doing a little unboxing and review of the Ivisii G2 RGB video light. It's a nice little handheld LED panel and it boasts some good features, so let's check it out and see if it's legit. So before we get into it, just wanted to remind you guys all my social media links, Instagram, TikTok, everything down in the description if you want to check me out, stay updated with what I'm doing. And if you end up enjoying videos like this, hit the like and subscribe button. It really helps me out. Also, full disclosure, Ivisii, I'm going to call them Ivisii because I don't know how else to say this. They did send me this product, but it's not a sponsored video. All of my opinions are my own. Anyway, let's open this. It's supposed to be like a cool flip in my hands. Anyways, let's open this up and get into the product. All right, let's open this up and see what we got. So a couple important things here. One thing that I'm really interested in is this light says it has a CRI rating of 97. So CRI is color render index, and it's basically how out of 100 how accurate it portrays the light. So 97 is very high. 100% being perfectly accurate, and anything pretty much above a 90 is considered really good. Now there's no way for me to really test this other than just looking at it and seeing what the light looks like, but if it is anywhere close to a 97 CRI, I'll be pretty impressed. Okay, I struggle with that a little bit. Alright, so this is the light itself. It's pretty small, but that could be a good thing depending on what you're looking for. And it comes with this little friction arm style mount. Looks like you can tighten this down with like an Allen key or something, or take it off completely if that's what you want. And so you got two mounting points here for like a tripod or a little ball mount on top of your camera. So this is the light. It has like a built-in diffusion layer here. It would be nice to have a removable one that you could like take off and adjust the diffusion. So put that to the side for a minute and see what we got here. Alright, so included in the box we get a few accessories here. This is kind of nice. It's not just the light. You get this little tripod here, which is fairly stable. You've got a little USB-C charging cable. This doesn't have a removable battery, but it's just USB-C charging. So I believe you can either have this plugged in while you're using it if you don't want the battery to die, or you can just charge it up and let the battery do its thing. Also came with a nice little pouch here. It's a nice little thing to include. I mean, I can't see myself using it, but it's kind of nice. And we got this little hot shoe mount thing with a little tripod ball head on it, so you could just put this right on top of your camera via this little magic friction arm thingy, and instructions, but we don't need those, right? So you definitely need to throw it on this tripod or any other kind of light stand or anything if you want to use this just by itself. There you go, you get the light on the tripod. You can kind of move this around. It seems to stay in place pretty well. Now for the actual usability of it. It's got this tiny little screen on the back, which is nice. I can see it's at 1% brightness right now. And it came with a fully charged battery apparently, which is cool, not what I was expecting. Okay, so you can either use the little wheel here to adjust it slowly, or you can click it in and it'll go by 25% increments in brightness. This is actually a very bright light. This is my aperture light over here. I think this one might be brighter. Okay, this is more what I'm interested in. This is just regular mode, but with the color temperature control. So if I hold this down, we'll see it get slowly more cold. There we go. Let's see how accurate this is. My white balance on this camera is currently set to 5500 Kelvin. So if I set it to that, this should look white, which I think it does. And then we have hue and saturation adjustments if you want to do the colored mode. Okay, so I have one more test for you guys. This is the Ivisii light mounted on top of my camera, just this light, nothing else. I also have my Rode video mic mounted on one of the little mounts on the side of the light, so it's all being held on top of my camera. So if you're doing like a documentary or a vlog style video like this, and you just needed some light in the dark, it didn't really matter what it looked like, this is how this light looks, and it's pretty good. Okay, we've got my main lights back on. Now one thing that I'm very interested in with this light that my aperture light does not have is an RGB mode. So this would be really nice. I could see this like throwing this in the background, like against the wall where I have my can light. That light right there, I could see putting this there instead and having like a cool color bouncing off my wall for my videos. Here's more of a blue. I'm gonna turn off that light and throw this in the background and see what it looks like. Okay, how does that look? That's pretty bright. So there it is, just next to my can light on the little tripod. And not gonna lie, that looks pretty good. This might be the main use I have for this light, is just throwing it in the background of different things to make it look more interesting. Okay, there's more of like a pinky purple color. I'm gonna try using this as a key lamp. I'm gonna throw this guy on a light stand and see if it can replace my 150 watt equivalent fluorescent bulb in this big softbox. If I can just have this instead and just see what the difference is. Okay, ready? So this is with my softbox right here and my little aperture light right there. Now I'm gonna leave the aperture light and replace the softbox with this LED light. Okay, and now we're using the little LED light. Now for the record, I don't expect this to do as good as my softbox because my softbox is a huge source of light. It has a lot of diffusion, and that's mainly it. But I mean, surprisingly, this looks good. The light's a little harsh, but if I just even put some diffusion over this, I think this would be a perfectly good key light. I did have to bring up my ISO just a little bit because this light is a little darker than my softbox, but I am thoroughly impressed by this light. It is, you can tell it's a lot harsher. You can see the shadows on my nose here. It's because it's a lot harder light. The diffusion built into it is okay, but it's really not that diffused. But you can always solve that by putting something in front of the LED light. It's just gonna make it not as nice of a small portable solution if you have to put up a big sheet of diffusion. Okay, and we're back to our normal lighting setup. So my overall impressions of this light, it is actually very bright. I would have liked to see some interchangeable diffusion panels to go on front of it. I think that would have been the cherry on top, but otherwise, honestly, it's a good light. Now it is small, like this is the size of my hand and this is the light. It's about the size of my whole hand. So I wouldn't recommend this as a main light. It's definitely more of like a fill light or like a little background accent light like I was showing you. Or in a pinch, you could put it on top of your camera if you're like filming a run and gun type of documentary or something and you just need a lot of light just shooting off your camera so you can follow someone around in a dark area. I don't know. Now this LED panel goes for around $100. Now for $100 you could buy two really cheap crappy softboxes like the one I have here. So when it comes down to it, would I recommend this light? Well, yes and no. If you don't have any lights right now and you want some lights to do say a YouTube video or something of this style, I would say no, this isn't the light for you, because just one of these lights is not going to be enough to do everything you would need to get done. Whereas having two softboxes, that's a different story. Two bigger lights is just going to be more versatile. Now, if you specifically need something small that's easy to bring around, easy to maybe hide in the background, or you really need something on top of your camera, this is a great solution. It's very bright for its size. It has full RGB modes. Once you get the hang of it, the settings are fairly easy to use. And it's also another thing that I didn't mention before. It is, other than the diffusion here, it is a full metal design. Like, it feels solid. I mean, you can believe what you want, but this is my honest opinion of this product. I'm not just saying it because these guys sent me the light. This is a solid product. So yes, overall, for what it is, it's awesome. And it definitely stacks up against my aperture light and does some things it can't do. But would I recommend it for everyone? Not necessarily. I hope that makes sense. And if you guys have any questions about this light, let me know in the comments down below. But I'm gonna end it there. If you guys enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you hit that like and subscribe button. If videos like this do well, then more companies like Ivisii are going to send me some products to review, and I can check out more stuff for you guys. But that's about it. I will link this light in the description if you want to take a look at it. I also have all of my equipment linked in the description as well if you want to check out any of that. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.